Joining us on the phone from Nigeria's capital, Abuja, the Attorney General, Michael Aondoakaa, at the center of this political crisis. Mr. Aondoakaa, thank you for joining us. Can you tell me, why has it taken the system so long to fill the power vacuum of the president's absence?
And absolutely, there has not been a power vacuum. But clearly, the courts in Nigeria are the ones vested with the duties of interpreting the Constitution. And they clearly ruled that there has not been a power vacuum. The court says clearly that when the president was leaving the country, on the 23rd of November 2009, it delegated all his executive powers to the vice president, on the basis of which the vice president has been exercising the powers of the president.
Okay.
So there has not actually been a power vacuum.
So just to confirm, the cabinet will approve this and this will take place now, that the vice president...
Well, we have to look at the resolution first. But I've indicated you, the cabinet has already, since the president left, recognized the vice president as the leader of the country pending when Mr. President returns.
Let me ask you, what does the Houses of Parliament, what do they base their ruling on? Because it seems that they base it on a radio interview that the president gave, a couple of weeks ago.
Well, incidentally, I don't want to go much into what they did because, you see, what they did can override the decision of the court. But what is important now at this stage is to move the country forward. The most important is for the three arms of government to come and solely support the vice president to carry out his duties and move the country forward.
All right.
I think that is the paramount consideration of every Nigerian.
Okay, just before I get to some of those challenges, has any minister, has any Nigerian official actually seen the president since he went to Saudi Arabia?
Precisely. He spoke to some people. He spoke to the vice president himself. The vice president confirmed to us in council when the president spoke to him briefly. And
when?
That was a couple of about 3 weeks back.
Did the vice president see the president?
No, he didn't say he saw the president, but he told us that he spoke to the president.
Isn't it strange, Mr. Attorney General, that the president of a country can disappear for months and that nobody has seen him and these decisions are being taken? Isn't that just strange?
No. The issue of being strange doesn't arise. The issue of whether people have seen him is not the main issue here. Of course, people have seen him. The principal secretary to the president was delegated to go there when the issue of budget occurred, and he went there and the president signed the budget. He saw him and he reported back to us. But that is not the main issue. The main issue is that, which I am paramount, is that there must be ways of resolving our problems constitutionally, and that is, I feel that the system is working fine because nobody is taking up arms. The most important point is that the three arms of government are working out a way to have a situation that we come out in the best interest of Nigeria.
Mr. Attorney General, thank you very much indeed for joining us from Abuja. And now,
thank you.
Let's turn to Wole Soyinka, who's in Los Angeles. For 6 decades, Mr. Soyinka has been a leading figure in Nigeria's literary and political life. He was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, or rather the Nobel Prize in Literature, in 1986. Thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Soyinka. You heard what the Attorney General just said, that everything's okay, there's no power vacuum, there's no risk of armed violence. What do you make of the vote by the legislature today?
Well, let me begin by saying that I just sit here astonished that someone in a responsible position like Aondoakaa can come here and talk from all 4 compass points of his mouth. He's told so many untruths. He suggests, for instance, that there is absolutely no breakdown in the amnesty procedure in Nigeria. That is a lie. Everybody knows that. He's now blaming the impasse on different causes from what he said before. At the beginning, he said, and he said this publicly, that there was no need to be excited, that the president could rule from anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world. And he
so
was
what's
taken
really
up
going
by,
on then? Why is it, whose interest is it that there be this
Oh,
absence, this vacuum?
That's a very good question. Yes, whose interest is it? Now, let me begin by saying that it's not a regional interest, because I noticed you kept referring to the Muslim North and the Christian South. No, that is not the issue. The issue is that certain elements within the ruling party love this hiatus. They love the headlessness of government because they can proceed to loot and create their own little empires while the president is away.
So can you tell me, when you think about it, what do you think is going on? Why is the president away for so long, and why hasn't anybody seen him?
I have my theory. My theory is that the president is in no position to sign anything at the moment. I have a feeling that he's so ill, and those who are around him know very well that he's very ill. There's a huge contention, for instance, about the signing of the appropriation bill, that in fact it was forged. I mean, this one has not yet been thoroughly examined by an independent commission. So all kinds of lies, all kinds of manipulations are going on around somebody whom I suspect doesn't even know what is going on.
So where do you
it's a disgrace
see
to a nation like Nigeria?
Where do you see the next few weeks, the next few days, now that the legislature has voted, that they've put Mr. Goodluck Jonathan as acting president? Do you think this will calm things down?
I don't believe so, because those who are behind this game, this very sinister, bizarre game, are not about to give up very quickly. They're going to find other forms of delaying tactics. And I'm talking about certain criminal elements within the ruling party, the PDP. So they are the ones really responsible for this.
And what is the solution that you've been calling for?
Well, we went there, for instance, and asked them, had a rally, and there have been other rallies, and we demanded that the Constitution be followed. Now, the Constitution demands very clearly that when the president is going to be away, it's a very smooth, temporary transition. The president writes to the Assembly saying, I'm going away on sick leave, I'm going away on annual leave, and my deputy takes over. When he returns, he writes a letter. Now, I've met yar'adua. He's not a stupid man, he's an intelligent man, and he knows what he ought to have done. But unfortunately, I think by the time he realized, that's my theory, by the time he realized that he was very ill, it was really too late for him to do anything. He's become incapacitated. And that's why I don't believe, for instance, that he signed the appropriation bill. Right. And that is when the Assembly should take action and formally invest his deputy.
Well, they seem to have done that now.